All right, guys. Today's talking about solving equations. Remember, the whole point is I'm trying to isolate the variable so I know what x equals or a or whatever the variable is, right? I think today we're all x's. All right, so I got to distribute if necessary, combine like terms if necessary. Then we move all our letters to the left. All right, so all our variables to the left and all our constants to the right. All right, and then we divide. So I don't need to distribute or combining like terms, right? Because there's nothing on this side I can combine. There's nothing on this side I can combine. So I got to move all my letters over here. Well, this is positive 7, so I got to subtract 7x to make that our 0. So if I subtract on one side, I got to do the same thing, right? They're equal. I got to keep them equal. So 10x minus 7x is 3x. All right. If I move all my letters here, I got to move this minus 12 to the opposite side. If it's minus 12, the inverse is I got to add 12 to make that 0. Positive 9 and positive 12, that makes 21. So now I have 3 times x equals 21. So I divide by the coefficient. 21 divided by 3 is 7. Well, easy peasy. So now, but on this one, look, I gotta distribute. I got parentheses. So I gotta distribute. 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. 3 times 5 is 15x. 3 times 10 is 30. Again, there's nothing on the left I can combine. I got x's and constants. There's nothing on the right I can combine. Constant and variables and constants. So I got to move my letters to the left. So if it's positive 15, I got to subtract 15 to eliminate that. 8 minus 15 is negative 7, right? Team negative had more runs than team positive. They had 7 more, right? So now I got to move this minus 12 to the opposite side. If it's minus 12, I got to add 12. So 30 plus 12 is 42. So let me divide by our coefficient. So I divide by negative 7, and x equals negative 6. On this one, like I got over here, I got to distribute. On this side, I don't need to distribute. So, but I have some like terms, right? So I have 6x plus 2x, that is 8x. This negative 7 is my only constant. So that's my only constant. And I got to distribute. 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12, then plus 1. Well, now I have some like terms over here, got to combine. So I got 8x. Again, left side staying the same. So negative 12 plus 1. Who's winning? Negatives are winning by 11. So now I'm down to just variables and constants on each side. Now is when I start moving stuff, right? When they're on the same side, we're just combining like terms. I don't do the opposite unless they're on opposite sides of my equal. So I got to move my 6x over here. So I got to subtract 6x. So 8 minus 6 is 2x. So now all my variables on the left, I got to move all my constants to the right. So since this is minus 7, I got to add 7. That's the inverse. Opposite of minus is plus. All right, equal sign straight down. I got team 11, negative's got 11. Team positive has 7. Who's winning? Team negative by 4. Divide by our coefficient. X equals negative 2. Okay. Ooh, I got to distribute, but I got a fraction. Well, remember, fractions are just numbers. We multiply by the top and we divide by the bottom. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 divided by 3 is 6. 15 times 2 is 30. 30 divided by 3 is 10. Man, that was easy. Same thing here. 8 times 1 is 8. Divided by 4 is 2. 20 times 1 is 20. Divided by 4 is 5. Man, that was really easy. Fractions are just numbers. We're not going to freak out. So now we've distributed. We got rid of our parentheses. Can I combine anything on the left? Nah, I got a variable term and a constant term. What about on the right? Oh, I got 2 constant terms. So my left side stays the same. 5 plus 1 is 6. So now letters to the left. So I got to subtract 2x. 6 minus 2 is 4x. This is positive 10. So to move it to the opposite side, I got to subtract 10. So now, we got different teams. Who's winning? Well, team negative is ahead by 4. Divide by 4. Negative 4 divided by 4 is negative 1. It is not 0. Some of you out there saying 0. No, it is not. Negative 4 divided by 4 is negative 1. All right, so I distribute. 5 times 2w is 10w. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 2w is 8. 4 times 9 is 36. We distributed. No like terms over here. No like terms over here. Just gotta, if it's positive 8w, I gotta subtract 8w. 10 minus 8 is 2. Since this is positive 20, I gotta subtract 20 to move it to the opposite side. 16 minus 20, 36 minus 20 is 16. Divide by our coefficient. Oh, sorry. W equals 8. That last time. So I got to distribute. 2 times 40 is 80. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10y. Equals. Again, this 10y is not part of our distribution. So for now, it's just going to stay the same. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times negative y is minus 5y. So no like terms over here, but over here I have 10y minus 5y. They're like terms. So I got to combine my like terms on the same side before I start moving stuff. So I got 80 minus 10y. 10y minus 5y is 5y plus 5. So again, I want to move all my variables to the left. But since this is positive 5, I got to move it over here. Remember, we're combining y's with other y's. So I got to subtract 5y. So I had negative 10y's, and I got 5 more negatives. Now I have negative 15y, right? They're on the same team. They're on the same team. I combine them, and they stay on the same team. So this is positive 80. To move it to the opposite side, I got to subtract 80. So I got positive 5 and negative 80. Different teams. Who's winning? Negatives are ahead by 75. Divide by our coefficient. Negative 75 divided by negative 15. Positive 5. So again, we're trying to solve this mystery. We got to isolate our variable to figure out what does x equal, or w, or y, or whatever the variable is. So we got to check for parentheses. The parentheses we got to distribute. And then we got to check, can we combine anything on either side? Then move our letters to the left, constants to the right. Then we divide by the coefficient. This will be printed on your paper. I found this mistake, and I'm going to fix it before I make my copies. All right, forgot to write down the last step. All right, guys, good luck. You got this.